So, like in a good cooking show, I did some preparation yesterday. so all we really did. Here you see, there's a hole underneath.
Oh.
This is looking pretty good. I did find a few that we need to fill, but there's very few. And we have good news. So let's see what it looks like when we remove some more tape and reveal some more holes here. Those are good. Good. Yeah. Oh, this is looking promising. A whole 12 holes that don't need any more filling.
Hi everyone! In this episode of Building Wilda, we continue working on the little holes that are needed for installing hatches. In case you missed the video, last week we drilled and filled the holes for the flush deck hatches. Now we review the results and identify any additional filling work that might be necessary. And then we move on from the little holes to the bigger holes. That is for mounting the lock mechanisms on the storage hatches. Stay with us to follow our progress and to get a feel of what boat work is like.
There's a bit of excess epoxy here that I'll need to take down, but that's a bit of a shame because it's going to be tough. And you're going pretty good on your side as well?
Yeah, here we have a little excess material.
Yeah.
And here as well. But I didn't find any bubbles or
Oh, really?
air bubbles on that
Yeah.
side. They look very nice and flat and they don't look like they have holes underneath or something.
Super good.
Yeah.
This is looking better than I thought also.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I think it's good.
Yeah. This is looking pretty good. I did find a few that we need to fill, but there's very few.
Yeah, these are looking very good. I think none of these need extra work.
Like this one. I'm not super happy with how that looks. But
the little bit on the top.
And here we have, this is balsa core.
Yeah.
On these, it's foam. I'm less concerned about the foam.
But on those windows, the forward ones, the big ones.
We'll just put some fast set epoxy in those little holes. That'll be fine. And here you see, there's a hole underneath.
Oh, really? That little
and
gray.
possibly there as well. But that one, that's a bubble underneath.
But that's exactly where you need to drill. So we'll
That's
see.
exactly where I need to drill. So that may not be a problem at all. And here's what also.
Oh yes, that I
Same.
can see. Okay, yes, that is.
Yeah. These look good.
Yeah.
And here's one with a hole in the middle as well.
Is this one here also, or maybe this is just on the surface here?
I think that looks like it's on the surface only.
Yeah,
So that we don't have to worry about, and that also. And it'll be so. And this may not be a problem at all if that is a bubble. It might be a tiny bubble, and it may be exactly where it needs to be.
Yeah, but otherwise these are looking good.
Yeah, they're looking very good. And it's not unexpected. When you're filling stuff with the epoxy filler, you can count on having to refill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yay! 10-minute video of holes being not so full.
After the careful inspection of the previous fillings and the lessons learned, we were quite happy with the result, and we started drilling and filling some more in the aft lockers. Then we felt ready to continue with the bigger holes needed for installing the locks on the storage compartment hatches. These needed removal of the core material and then filling the surrounds.
So, Roxana is decoring some more hatches, balsa, for all our locks. This sort of thing, 2-inch holes, remove some core around them, and then we'll fill that with epoxy eventually.
Just when I finally got the hang of how to do that with plywood, now I'm struggling with the foam.
Yeah. The foam burns.
Yeah.
But this, also the foam is not so sensitive. And it's hatches, it's not the boat. But we don't want them to delaminate or rot or anything, so. And I'm drilling the big holes.
Oh, should I stop? Sorry.
No. So that's what that looks like after one round using a cut-off, I don't know what these are called, Allen key.
We don't have the correct recipe for each task. We have done some research, but it's always a bit difficult to do something for the first time. We need to test and find out what tool works best for each type of material and job, and we keep going until we achieve the desired outcome.
So every morning I get here, I have a plan, and when I get here, I walk around, think a little bit, and have a million things cross my mind. So it takes a little while for me to get started, but I'll get to it. I have 2 more holes to drill in this hatch, and then I'll fill them all. Mask and fill with lots of epoxy. So that's the main task for today. So I'm using a fast set epoxy, not like the 5-minute type, but one for colder climates. It's not warm in here, absolutely not, but also not particularly cold. But using the fast set helps me by simply setting a little bit faster. When you're mixing this kind of amount of epoxy, the heat builds up pretty quick. Relatively quick, and this faster epoxy then sets without sagging as much, or it doesn't have time to sag. That's also why I flipped all of these around, and I'll probably flip them around once more in like half an hour or something. After that, the epoxy won't be moving anymore, so then I can just let them set overnight.
Yep. Let's see.
There you go.
Yeah, ready. Let's have a look at the action. Oh!
So, like in a good cooking show, I did some preparation yesterday. so all we really did was pull the flush through hull out this morning. And it came out, which I'm really happy about.
Yep.
And the reason I didn't film anything beforehand was because I was afraid it would go terribly wrong. And it didn't. Everything worked out exactly like it should. And I haven't seen the surface, but I suspect the surface is going to be pretty clean.
Yeah, we can have a look at that.
Yeah.
Let's check.
Yeah, fairly clean.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of filler. This is a big bubble that I'll have
cut
to
away.
Cut away, but otherwise it looks pretty good. Looks pretty solid. Lots and lots of epoxy.
Yeah.
A little bit depressing. That was not in the plan, but yeah, no big deal. You see, there's quite a lot of fairing compound to get the hull flat, so that will all be covered. But
and you have another little bubble there behind.
here,
There.
yeah. This is fine. It's glued all down here, so we'll sand that away. This one's a little bit close to here, but it'll be fine. It'll be fine. And then like so. Then we can fare that in. Perfect. Now it's of course stuck again.
So we need to push him from the inside.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But all
Should
good.
I go?
Yeah. Perfect.
Almost perfect.
Almost perfect.
And before we close this episode, if you've been following our journey for a while now, you probably know we've had some challenges with the inaccurate molding of our curved windows. In case you're new here, feel free to check out the episodes in the link below. But the important part is that we now have some good news to share in regards to the progress on our windows.
And we have good news. We found a company yesterday who will try and remold our windows.
Yeah. So now we're waiting for an answer from them. They will do a test on one of the windows to remold it and see what the shrinkage is. Right? And
Yeah.
and then we'll see if it's worth going ahead with all of them, or we really need to get new material. But hopefully that won't be the case.
Yeah, so the acrylic actually shrinks when you mold it.
And it's usually what, 2%?
2%
the first time?
The first time, and then less if you have to remold it, but
they
it
weren't,
will most likely shrink a bit.
But they weren't sure how much that would be on the second round, and if we can still use them.
If it is 1%, that's still quite a lot. Well, nah. That'll shrink these big windows by about 1 centimeter. But we have enough material for that, I'm sure. So even if it's by 1 centimeter or 1% and 1 centimeter, that should be all right. We hope. So now we just have to hope that we get the right curve in.
As usual, thanks for watching. This is our slow progress, folks. Your patience for making it all the way to the end of the video means a lot to us. A comment, a like and a share are greatly appreciated. Thank you and see you next Sunday here at Building Wilda.